But you know, I'm not putting all this together until the very end, like when everything's happened. So, so yeah, but I already could see like how her demeanor was, because I was so happy about my, you know, my new car and its push start or whatever. Not push start, but you know, I could start it from outside the car. So they asked me, they was like, so what are you gonna do with this car? I was like, I don't know. There's something that's wrong with it, but I'm gonna get it fixed. And my oldest son, he's starting to drive, so I'm gonna just let him use it until then. They was like, oh, what do you think is wrong with it? And I'm like, I don't really know. I have to go. But they already told me, but like I said, like I'm not gonna tell everybody everything. So I told them like I'm gonna just go get it checked out. But I'll do it because at that time, because I let it sat there for a while when I would drive it, because I still was driving it around the neighborhood or whatever. Um, it wasn't acting bad until like I would go like hours driving it, or yeah, hours driving it. That's when it would start doing it. So I'm deciding that I'm gonna do family pictures that year, because you know how so many people have passed away. I had a lot of people, family members that passed away that was at work. Um, I knew a lot of people was saying how family members kept passing away, and I kept thinking like my mom is older, and we really don't have like, and I especially like I have children, and we never had like professional pictures growing up, so I always try to do at least one every couple of years, ever since the last were my first two. So I was like, this year, since I have the extra money, I want to do it, but this time I want it with my mom, so that way, if anything ever happens to my mom, at least we have like a professional picture where we all took together. So it was gonna be myself and my children, my sister and her family, and then my brother and his daughter, and my mom, of course. So I'm preparing for that. And at this time at work, the new manager, she ends up. That's how I should have known. Like, it was like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, because at this point, like, they were starting to really cut down on overtime, because they were seeing that people that was doing overtime wasn't really working as many accounts as they were supposed to, working all them hours, because they were still keeping the. Once we got home, they were starting to really micromanage us. And y'all gonna hear about that, because yeah, they started really micromanaging managing us. Like, once we merged all the hospitals, and then we started getting behind on our accounts and stuff like that, they started like making sure we was doing, if we're gonna be here all these hours, we need to have these amount accounts completed. But mind you, like, me and the other girl, we were there longer, so yeah, we was, getting through our accounts, so we wasn't the issue. It was like other people that was already slow during their normal work hours was trying to catch on overtime. So then they started cutting who was allowed to do overtime. But then our manager got really sick, and it was messed up, because the way they end up coming down on her when she had COVID and she was out for like 2-3 months. The other supervisors, I felt like, ambushed her. Like, they wanted their people in there, so they saw the opportunity, because she was weak and she wasn't there, and it was mainly her team that was failing, which was me and a couple of other people. But it wasn't us it was like other people that wasn't really as fast as us. And yeah, they ambushed that lady so bad and so wrong, that she ended up, the day that she came back, she ended up actually giving her 2 weeks and just never coming back. So the new manager that we had, at first, I'm not gonna even lie, I did not like her. I did not like her at all. I really didn't like her, because I felt like she was that type of person who would get into a higher position and just start throwing her weight around. And yeah, one of them people. So I was like, yeah, we didn't get along. So I'm already dealing with that shit. And then I'm dealing with the dude, um, like canceling on me or whatever. And I remember, like after I got my car, like I said, every time we would go weeks and stuff without seeing each other, he would always make me feel like I was missed. Like I remember one time, and at this point, like I started to gain some of my weight back. So like I'm hitting like probably like 200, but still you wouldn't be able to see it. You wouldn't be able to see it. Um, you wouldn't be able to tell or whatever. And he's like six. He was 6'1" or 6 foot. He would pick me up and swing me around like, "Oh, I miss you. You smell so beautiful. Oh, you look so beautiful. You look so nice." And it was just like always like I just love when he would do that. That part I really love because I've never really had like even with the second person, it's definitely not the first person that I had children with, but it was like you could say he genuinely missed me. He genuinely liked me. And to the point, I think he was starting to consider like us being in a relationship, but because he already told me that, and then I seen characteristics of the second person, like characteristics that mean like he wasn't the type of person to be like, oh, you need a bill paid, because he lived by himself and he was just used to himself, I'm gonna say, or he was probably helping somebody else pay the bills. I don't know, but that's what the vibe it gave me. And then um he just seems like he hits. And I was like, if you seem like you hit, you see, I'm not trying to get to that point of seeing that or feeling that, because at this point I'm 4 or 5 years, no, 4 years without nobody putting their hands on me. So yeah, it, no, we're not gonna start now. So if we gotta see each other on the weekends for a couple of hours, hang out, talk, chill, kiki, that's all we're gonna do.